Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to another video. Have been off this past 2 weeks because I was like diving deep into this game, and it's it's a very good game. I just got the clear, so just to be clear, I'm super pumped right now. So this is like also kind of a first impression as well on the clear itself, which we're gonna watch next. But yeah, like everybody praises DaiOuJou as being like this masterpiece shmup, and it is indeed really good. But I don't know, man. This game gave me a good run for my money, I want to say. At first, when I started playing the game, I just credit fed through the game and everything. And I clearly could see that like stages 4 and 5 were kind of ramping up, like, a lot. But then I found this video by again our boy Pan, which is linked in the description. He has like this safe-ish route where he says, okay, if you follow this route, then it's gonna be good. Now he's using the A ship, which is the fast ship with the narrow shot. And this is not really what I used in the original Dodonpachi. I used C laser there. So I thought, okay, fair enough, let's try it. Now I think the speed of the ship is good if you know the route very well. But the fact that you don't have the spread shot to catch those strays, especially if you're doing like small tap streaming in the back of the screen, there in the bottom of the screen, especially in stages, I would say 4 and 5 definitely. That was a problem for me. So I thought, okay, I'm gonna use the B ship. Now, as you guys know, there's like 3 dolls that you can select here. I'm not a huge fan of the anime aesthetic, which is going to certainly be a problem for me if I go to Daifukatsu and whatnot, but what can you do, right? So, well, Shotia, which is the shot type, can use up to 6 bombs in stock, Lanian 4, and then XC, which is the expert, 2 bombs. So I thought, okay, I'm a noob, I'm gonna do Shotia, of course. So I started practicing Shotia, so I, did the usual. I ran through the game, set up my save states, usually start the stage, mid-boss, and boss, and for like more complex stages like stages 4 and 5, certainly more save states in the middle to, practice specific sections. And then I carefully went through Pan's video and okay, let's practice this section, that section, that section. That took me about, I want to say, a good week, which was the first week of practice. I think I've been at this roughly 2 weeks right now. I don't know exactly the amount of time. Yeah, so I went back into my YouTube studio there, and I published the Dodonpachi video January 6th. So it's been almost exactly 2 weeks. 2 weeks plus one day, because it was a Tuesday, 2 days, a Wednesday. So okay, the first week I was doing this routing practice, and generally I could like do, I would say, no miss, no bomb, not so much, but no miss every stage, given enough, save state reloads and everything. So I thought, okay, good stuff. Am I ready for runs? So I started doing runs, and clearly I was not, because I was being caught out by stuff that seems simple, but if you don't have a route for it, for example, like stage 2, some, random enemy just shoots me from the side and I die. Especially stage 3. Stage 3 was my biggest bane in my existence, actually. You may say, well, stage 4 and 5 are harder. I disagree, actually. It's stage 3 is the worst, especially the first part, because it seems so random at times. And so, I had to devise routes. Okay, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to be here on the screen, and I'm going to move there, and the enemy come. Okay, so I have all that. But then I started, really disliking Shotia's laser because the damage is significantly lower than Lanian and XC, especially in the bosses. I'm not too good at like micro dodging, so I have a huge trouble with some boss patterns. So I think I'm gonna bomb everything, but then that means that you can't make many mistakes, right? You have to have the resources to use them in the bosses. So I thought, man, this Shotia thing is probably a noob trap. Like, there's no way. And I saw that everybody's using Axie. Like, if you watch the actual good people, they use Axie because I guess it's better for scoring and the laser is great. So, okay, I'm going to practice Axie. So I tried Axie A. I set all my save states there. Didn't like the A ship, so I set up Axie B. Fantastic. So, like, okay, great stuff. But the thing with Axie is that since you only have 2 bombs, you really can't afford to, panic bomb a lot. You have to have the route down and then execute the route. And I tried that a couple of times, and it was clear to me that I'm not at that level of execution yet. You know, like some mistakes crop up, like some random bullet, and I have to, oh my god, I'm off route, I have to bomb, and then I don't have the bomb and I die. But actually, what I want to say is that doing the Zexy practice was the best thing I did, because I was forced to learn the stages without using bombs, like at all. Like I had to, do everything with like max 1, 2 bombs. So then I went back to Shotia because I needed my 6 bombs. But now I knew the route that I learned from Exi. So aside from the laser, which is a problem, especially on the bosses, now I had the route kind of down pat. So I improved my gameplay with Shotia like a fuck ton after I did the Exi stuff. So I'm like, okay, like I can kind of see the end of the tunnel here. And yeah, so then it was like a lot of ironing stuff. So for example, like doing a run and then I die on some place. Okay, let's do a full run. So I keep going. I do a 4cc, a 3cc. I write down all the places that I died, and then I practice 10 times, 20 times, 30 times over that part. Set up a route, everything. I do another run. I die somewhere else, or I die in the same place. I'm like, and then I do the same thing, and that went on for I want to say like 4 days or something. And now just yesterday, it was like late at night, and I had like a miracle run. I had a miracle run. Like I was doing the full run. I was just playing out of my mind, and I got to the final boss with I want to say 2 lives and 4 bombs in stock. And I have practiced the final boss, and aside from like 2 patterns there, if I have like 6 bombs, 7 bombs, I can do it no problem, The final pattern, unlike the Dodonpachi boss, is like pretty lenient, you can like dodge in between and everything. And then I threw the run. Man, I threw the run. Like I had 2 bombs. I tried dodging. I missed the dodge. I died. And then I came back in another life with like 6 bombs. I looked at the boss HP bar. I guess I think I can do it still. But I was shaking. And so I missed another dodge and I died with, I think, 3 bombs in stock. And I'm like, and then I inserted an ad credits. I tried, but like, okay, I'm going to use 3 bombs. And I beat the boss. I'm like, why didn't I use the 3 bombs? Am I stupid or what? And so from yesterday to today, I reached the final boss, I want to say like 4 or 5 additional times in like much more precarious situations, like with 1 life and 2 bombs, 1 life and 3 bombs. It's like, I reached the final boss, I started the fight, I'm like, okay, I'm not beating this. And when I died, inevitably, I'm like, okay, that's fine. What do you expect? But yeah, but then just now, like I got a pretty good run and I kept it together. And you see there's gonna it's not even panic bombing. You see me using bombs, especially in stages 4 and 5 in places where you're like, man, you seem pretty safe. Why are you bombing here? Because I don't want the thing to happen again. I want to get to the final boss with my resources. And then if I have the bombs, I'm just gonna spam the bomb and then let's do it. So yeah, good stuff. That's the pre-talk. Now let's watch the run and see what's going on there. All right, here we go. So I didn't mention this in the preamble, but yeah, this is Black Label. And again, B Shotia being used over there. Yeah, let's watch the run. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna pause. I'll try not to pause too much. I can see my mouse here, but it's not exactly a guide. But I don't know if you're trying to get your 1cc. What really helped me actually is perhaps not watching people that are that great. When I watch people that are really good at the game. No, the background doesn't help. I mean, like I watched some super plays and everything, and that's great. But at the same time, it's like they're doing stuff that I can't do. And so it doesn't help me too much. I'm like, the guy's full chaining the whole stage. I can't do that. So like watching someone that's worse and just got a 1ALL 1CC is like, well, okay, the guy died there. He used the bomb there. Okay, I guess I could do that. So perhaps more helpful in that sense. Well, one additional thing is that, and goes for both Dodonpachi and 1ALL DaiOuJou, is that the game really encourages you to engage with the scoring a little bit, which I think is really good. Because you think, well, you just want to do the 1-0, the clearance, so you don't care about score at all. Yes, but at the same time, I do want the extents. Now, the 20 million point extend is pretty easy. You get that, no problem. But the 50 million point extend, I got some runs, like when I was doing practice in the first week, where I got like to 48 million, 47 million, and then reached the final boss using save states and all that. I'm like, oh, I'm off by 3 million, and where are those 3 million points? And I couldn't find it. And so what I had to do was I watched some super plays and I learned how to chain the first part of stage 1, which gives you like, I want to say like 7 million points, give or take, which, you know, was really helpful because once I learned how to do that, then I reload state a lot here. You see I have the state set to the beginning of the game because I don't want, you know, select the ship and everything. But once I, you know, repeated this part like sometimes until I for sure got the chain at the beginning. And then I had like 7 million in the bank. I'm like, okay, I'm good. I'm getting the 50 million point extend every time. So very nice thing that they do this. Very, very cool stuff. So that's good. So here to do the chain, we're gonna start, you know, slowly streaming to the right, just stepping. The B ship is a little bit worse for this because you kind of get some ships that you don't want, and then you have to like laser these tanks very slowly because you want to keep them alive until the enemies come flying from the top. Go to the left, get that B, go to the right, get that B, and if you do all correctly, a hyper is going to drop just now. So use the hyper, and then you get a combo like 250 pretty much. So you get these tanks. Now middle, right, middle, left, middle again, and then to the left. And you kill everyone. There's a B right there. You pick up the B. That's a cool 500,000 points. If you can do this additional chain, which I got sometimes I didn't, which is like you keep the chain going and get the 2 other Bs, then that's 8 million right there. This is cool. Not necessary, but cool. Sometimes I was dying here in stage 1, but then I got like a route that, okay, I'm doing this every time and I'm not dying. And after I learned that, then it's good. You can chain this part as well, like if you go and, you know, stream from the tank to the enemies and then slowly consume the enemies with shots and everything. But at this point, like I knew that 7-8 million was enough for the extent, so I'm good. I'm not that crazy about scoring. I'm gonna reveal that B over there. I'm gonna just, you know, slowly wait for the enemies to stream, then I pick up the B on the right. Laser, pick up the B, and then laser both enemies and pick up the final B. I'm getting all 10 Bs here in stage 1. Which, you know, there's a map in Shmups Wiki. It's not too hard to learn. I would recommend you do it. Now this boss, let's see the strat here. It's basically the same strat that Pan has in his video. I'm gonna point blank the boss, dodge stuff, and then like, that's it. There's one special case here. You point blank and then you dodge this, pretty sparse. Sometimes I got hit here and then you just reset, like no big deal. Okay, so now these 2 guys are gonna shoot. You actually want to go to the side that shoots the thing first. It's pretty counterintuitive. You think, wow, it's shooting at me, so I'm gonna dodge it. But actually no, because then the second one's gonna get you. So for example, this side is shooting here, so you go to this side because then it's really easy to dodge this because it's low over here, and then you do a kind of an L, inverted L, to the side here. Whereas if you were here, then a bunch of bullets are gonna bunch up on you. So see, that's pretty tame. Well, this part is like pretty whatever, just like go from side to side. Then you point blank the boss. Once the bar is on the red, you use the hyper, point blank the boss, and there you go. Pretty free stage 1. I did this stage a lot of times. You can clearly see that I got it down pat. Now you have a hyper going here on the start of stage 2. So just wait on the right. Once the bullet's about to hit me, then I start streaming with the laser on, reveal the B, to the right, to the left. Once it reaches like 200 or so, then I pick up the B. That's a good amount of points right there. Now there's a B on top of this building right here. So what I'd like to do is laser this enemy. So as the enemy dies, the laser hits the B. I laser these 2 guys here. Pick up the power up, do the loop around, and then you just laser the tank going down to dodge the shots. There's a tank coming up on the top right. Ideally we point blank it, which I messed up this time. But a little bit of dodging, not a problem. Now this building here is really cool to build your hypermeter, but I got a bit, you know, a bit greedy here at times. It's like I just stayed at the building a long time, and then the enemy got filled, the screen got filled with enemies, and I got like hit by some stray shot or everything. So I got a strat here. I'm gonna stay at the building up until the enemy shows up on the top left here. Once the enemy shows up, I'm gonna stream to the left quickly, kill everyone, laser the enemy. Like so. And I'm gonna slowly stream to the right and then do maybe a U or something, but if you do that, then you're good. There's a B on a little lake formation there. Now just, holding shots, dodging stuff, picking up the B. This part is really easy. If you know where the ships are coming from, you just align with them. So it's going to be right, and then left, and then middle, and then left again, and then right. So you just do that, and it's fine. Now this mid-boss is coming up. Not a particularly hard mid-boss, but if you use the hyper, you don't have to dodge anything. So you go to the left, hyper. This is the pen video 100%, right? So you dodge this, then you look for spaces. I got hit by this like sometimes. Embarrassing. Okay, so you want to keep the hyper going, so you're gonna go to the side, laser the building, go to the side, laser the tank, go to the side, laser the building, and once you're past this first part, then you're good. Do everything right. Another hyper is gonna show up, you immediately use it, because that's gonna boost your score. Like, we're at 15 million already, which is pretty good. And there's one final B. There's 4 Bs in this section, plus 2 near the boss, so you want to pick up all of them if you can. And there's another. And now once the enemies are, becoming more rare, then you charge up and reveal the B and pick it up. Now boss number 2. Boss number 2, I practiced this boss a lot, and I can no bomb this boss. No problem, I want to say, but it's not consistent, so at times I got hit and it's like, oh, then I have to redo stage 1 and 2 all over again, and all for what, right? And I have, I think, 35 or 36 bombs total to use over the game with Shuti if you get all the extends and the bomb pickups. So like, let's use the bombs, it's much safer. So I'm gonna point blank the boss, hyper immediately. Once the hit counter reaches 400 or so, then I bomb. Now I retreat. I try to dodge the best I can. If there's like a pattern I don't like, I just bomb again. It's fine. I'm waiting. Once the phase is over, you pick up the bomb, you wait back there, you dodge these blue bullets, which is pretty easy. Then you bomb again, so you don't have to dodge the red ones, which are a bit harder. And then, there you go. Easy stuff. I try doing the point blank strategy where you stand on top of the boss, and that's better. But sometimes I messed it up and the boss hit me immediately, so I'm like, Okay, so stage 3. So I had to route this pretty strictly. You start on the bottom left, stream quickly, and then laser this enemy. This part is fine. Usually a laser drops here. Now there's a cannon on the top left here. You want to laser the cannon, or the turret, and then laser this guy, and then move to the bottom left of the screen. There's a B there, you wait. Once the B is almost off the screen, you pick up the B and you move to the bottom of this thing here. So let's do that again. You wait here on the bottom left, and then once the B is almost off screen, you go to the right, pick up the B, stand vertical to this guy, laser it, and then move through. There you go. Now you want to move quickly to the left, kill those tanks, quickly to the right, kill those guys, and then stream left. And now you dodge this. If you stand right below the enemy, is not too bad. Now there's a turret up top, you want to quickly move and dispatch it. Now one thing that I had to route, this bullet here. This bullet right here. This bullet killed me like so many times. Because what I did was I killed this guy, and then I laser the spinning turret, the thingy there, as I move down, so I dodge everything, and then I killed it, so I move up, and then that bullet got me so many times. So what I figured is that if you simply wait, you wait here on the bottom of the screen, you don't move. Once the bullet is passed, then you go. That's fine. You laser these guys. And now this next part was also a huge trouble for me, huge problem, because this is one place where like playing Shotia sucks. Because in this part you have very little time between the spinning turret with the blue balls, and then there's going to be a turret that shoots like fast blue bullets, and then one of those tall guys. And since the laser takes so long to kill that, you get overwhelmed. If you're playing X, it's no problem at all. You just like go laser the thing and then the screen is clear and it's completely fine. But Shotia, not so much. Now, every time I had a hyper here, so the strat is I'm gonna rush the guy with the hyper, like so. Great stuff. Now we move to the left and kill the turret. And once we kill the turret, there's a tall guy incoming and there are some Zaccos coming from the right as well. And this was a big problem for me because I was trying to, move to the bottom and the middle of the screen, right about here. And then use shot to clear the Zaccos and then laser the enemy. But there's a lot of bullets coming at me. And I would die here. Frequently, I want to say. And the problem if you die here is that you die using a hyper, and so you lose one bomb from the next life. So that is pretty much catastrophic because you lose one bomb from every single life that you're going to use thereafter. So I came up with a route. What you're going to do is I move to the left. I'm watching the top of the screen intently. Once I see the turret explode, I'm going to do like so. I'm going to go all the way to, hang on, you guys are thinking like this, I think. So go all the way to the right and then down and then to the middle. All the way right and then down and then to the middle. And then it is, it's, you can dodge it. Now, I'm always bombing this mid-boss here. Is the mid-boss hard? No, but then again, I have bombs and I'd rather not, die and then have to reset or something. So, you got the resources, use them. Just rush the guy in there. Now, this part here, just watch the pan video. The route he has for this part here is 100% perfect. You just copy it and that's it. This part is very, very scary if you don't have a route. You have to do it basically in this way. But if you do it, then it's pretty fine. This part is not scary at all once you know how to do it. You're gonna, there's two enemies. You kill this one, kill the other, go to the bottom, string to the left. Now this part here got me quite a few times, but I figured if I use the hyper here, it's probably fine. So that's my strat. I just get cornered, I use a hyper to get out of it. I almost got hit right now. And the hyper really helps this next part as well, because you can clear the Zaccos from the top of the screen really fast. Now, there's 3 enemies incoming. Middle, right, left. Now, a trick. You're gonna stand right in the middle of the screen and to the bottom. Once the first red bullet is about to hit you, you move to the top a little bit. That's it, you don't have to do any other dodges. That's the only thing you gotta do. Here it comes, and move up. And there you go. Now, once again, we're going to string to the left all these Zaccos. And then laser this guy, laser that one. I don't know if I'm going to get clipped here, possibly. I got clipped sometimes by this. I am. It's fine, I lost one bomb and one hyper. I was a bit miffed about it, but anyway, it's fine. Okay, this is my route ends, because like... this is where the real game begins. Here's the turtle. This pattern is pretty easy, just like tap dodge it. The spinning one is a bitch. So I got into the habit of, I'm gonna bomb the spinning pattern every time. Because I had like 80% accuracy in dodging it, but the other 20% was a reset, so it's not worth it. This pattern is pretty easy to dodge. It's just like you do a U there. This one, kind of a problem with the B shape, if you ask me. You have to really be on your toes. Otherwise, it just repeats. This pattern is pretty easy. Now the spinning one is coming again, so I'm gonna bomb it. And I got into the habit of preemptively bombing stuff. I don't care. I'm just gonna bomb it. Now this pattern here, you just want to go through the blue bullets 3 times. And then you have to dodge to the right there, which is a bit sketchy, so I have 2 bombs scheduled for this part here. No problem. Can I no bomb this part? Yes. Can I no bomb this part 100% of the time? No. So let's use 2 bombs. Here, stage 4. Stage 4, very hard stage, but if you know the route, then actually easier than stage 3, if you ask me. So this first part here, just left, right, no problem. Now, as the door opens, you kill the left enemy first, kill these guys, kill those, and then you want to point blank this ASAP. Then you immediately move to the right, and there's a tail here. So this guy is going to shoot these vertical 3 bullet patterns. So it's going to do vertical, and then a little bit to the side, another little bit to the side, and then it's going to move to the hard pattern. But there's a gap. So if you move in all the way to the right after this angled pattern is there, you can point blank it very easily and very fast. So you get rid of it immediately. You point blank it. Now we point blank that, and there we go. Now we're waiting for the Zakos on the left. We move, we're using shot all the time. We wait 3 Mississippi here for the hard pattern on the other side. Now we slowly stream. I have a hyper. I'm just waiting. If there's like something I don't like, I'm hypering here. And I'm hypering no matter what in this final part. It's really good for safety. Especially I don't want to dodge that harder pattern. Now this part here, just stream all the way down. Now the minecart section. Minecart section is super cool, man. It's like the best part of the game, I think. Because it looks really hard, but once you know the route, it's super consistent. So you have to memorize where all the enemies are. But if you do, then you kill the minecart, you move up, kill that guy, kill the guy in the middle, point blank the minecart, and you do a loop around. There's going to be a gap. You go into the gap, point blank the minecart again. Point blank that minecart. Now it's going to be left, middle, left, go over, point blank the minecart. Middle, left, middle, right, point blank the minecart, and then 3 other enemies and point blank the minecart. Now that minecart, 2 enemies, and now this is a nice one, especially with the shot ship. With the A ship, I found this part a little bit harder, but with the B ship, this is extremely free. What's going to happen is this minecart is going to come through. It's going to shoot one vertical line, another vertical line. You want to go in between those lines and then all the way to the bottom left of the screen, all the way here. And then you're just going to stream left. That's it. It's very easy, very consistent. You get it 100% of the time. So you kill the minecart, those 2 enemies, and now I'm waiting. I'm going to go in between those, bottom left, just stream. Free. Completely free. Once you kill the last enemy, you do a loop around. You have to be very careful to not move immediately into the minecart or the tanks are going to hit you. So you have to do a loop around the thing and then you kill the tanks. And you want to be to the right of the screen as the door opens. So it kind of goes hand in hand. It's very helpful, the positioning. Now again, if you have the route here, pretty easy. You just want to stand right parallel to this enemy here, on top of him. Once you kill him, you want to kill this guy, and you're going to do a diagonal to the top left of the screen, then down, and then stream. So kill that guy, diagonal top left, down, and stream. 100% consistent. You may think, well, there's a ton of bullets, but actually if you just move up and then down, you create a gap, and then you move through the gap. There's a ton of enemies here, but it's no problem. Just kill the tanks, kill the Zakos, kill the tank, kill the Zakos. Make sure to always leave a little bit of space to the side of the screen. Now the cannon sucks with the shot ship, with the B ship. No, the shot, yeah, shotilla. Because the laser is too weak. That's the main issue. So at times I got killed by the cartridges that fall, and then I don't have enough damage to kill the cartridge fast enough. Or I try doing the thing that Pan has in his video, the trick where you misdirect the bullets and then you keep going around and around. But the damage on the laser is too low, so I have to do like 3 times this movement and then I get clipped. So I got into the habit of, I'm just gonna hyper, and if you hyper, then it's fine. With XC, this part is easy AF. So you want to point blank the middle a little bit, then the right, you move down. This is the secret extend, of course. If you kill both sides and then the middle, then you get extend. Now you move in and hyper, and it's all. If you don't have the hyper, well, you can't use the bombs. You better have a hyper. Now this final part here is random, but it's really fun. And the best thing about this run, and I think it's why I got the clear actually, I play immensely better if I have no bombs. Because the thing is, if I have bombs, I'm thinking, oh man, I have to use the bombs, right? Because if I don't use the bombs, I'm wasting resources and I get upset because I wasted resources and now I'm playing badly and I'm not going to get the clear again. Now, if I have 0 bombs, well, I mean, I'm already dead, right? For all intents and purposes, if I can't make the dodge, I'm dead already. So then I play much freer, I'm like, I'm not worried. I'm gonna dodge stuff. And I end up playing more confidently and dodging much better because of that. So when I got to this part here with 0 bombs, I was super happy. I'm like, yes, this is exactly what I wanted. You want to laser the first two, I want to say zipper guys, if you want to call them that. And then you want to strictly use shot from here on out. If you have Axie or Lanian, then sure, use laser, it's much better. But with Chatia, not so much because you can't go through the enemies with a laser. This part's a mess, man. You just try to dodge best you can. I got far enough where I was happy and I knew that with one additional bomb I would be able to do it. So I'm just gonna, survive as far as I can here. Bomb. Once this enemy becomes solid, then you can just do a ring around the rosy here, especially with a hyper. And then you get a lot of points here with a hyper if you get the B after. So I got the final extend there. And yeah. No, the boss. It's a shame. I would really rather use Shatia, to be honest with you. Oh, Lanian. Oh, I'll get to that later. So here's the boss. I have full bombs, so I'm not dodging anything here. I'm not dodging, and this is by design. Like, don't get me wrong. I can no miss, no bomb, not so much, but I can no miss this boss, no problem. But the thing is, I have 5 bombs in stock. I would much rather use all 5 bombs and pass the stage than try a dodge and get clipped and then be like, oh my god, I lost 5 bombs and everything. Like, for example, this pattern here, this next one is like super dodgeable, just like, it's fine. It's fine. But I'm not doing any. From this point onwards, I looked at my life counter. I have 3 lives, full bomb stock. I'm bombing everything from now on. So, like, there we go. We bomb. I'm gonna try dodging a little bit. As soon as it gets hairy, bomb again. Don't care. And here I'm gonna try dodging just the first one, and then I bomb again. We're gonna go through to the next phase. I'm gonna try dodging here, and this is a mistake on my part. Actually, what I should have done is just bomb the boss twice. But I got the dodges, so it's fine. So with Lanian and with Axie, if you laser bomb this boss once at this stage here, after the cogs, they close in on you, you just laser bomb and go into the boss, you kill it every time. With Shatia, sometimes the boss lives like 5% HP, 10% HP, and then you have to hold the laser and dodge some stuff and everything. So this is the part where, like, not having a good laser really starts to hurt. Like, the whole of stage 4 onwards and a bit of stage 3 sucks. Now, there's one problem with the characters in the game, and I found this the biggest problem with DaiOuJou, if you ask me. I found Dodonpachi to be much better in this regard. Because with DaiOuJou, if you are like a great player, if you're a super player and everything, of course, you're going to use Axie, you're not going to get hit, you laser everything, and you bomb for score, perhaps. And there you go. Or you save your bombs for Hibachi, I suppose. Now, if you're not so great player, as I am, well, I need the bombs, right? So I would like to use Axie. I really would. And I know that I can't beat the game with Axie if I string 5 stages. I can do the stages individually, but I don't know if I can do them in a row. Some mistake is going to crop up there in the middle. I'm going to have to panic bomb. I'm going to run out of bombs, and then I'm going to be like, oh man, I got so close. So I need more bombs. Now, do I need 35 bombs that Shatia has? No, I can do with less bombs, especially if I have better laser damage. In Dodonpachi, I use the C laser ship, which I found much more comfortable for me than the C shot ship, because there's less coverage, so you're, a bit worse off in stages 5 and 6 with all the Zakos and everything. But the strong laser helps so much with the bosses, And I'm not good at like micro dodging, that kind of stuff, so I'd much rather have big damage on the bosses and do the dodges in the stages. But here you really don't have that option, because you'd say, well, that's fine, man, just select Lanian then. You have 4 bombs, max stock, you have a strong laser, it's all good, right? You're wrong. You can't select Lanian. Lanian sucks. And why is that? Because this is the most brain dead decision in this game. It's the one thing I think they really fucked up. Is that if you die with Axie, then you lose 1 power level on laser and on shot. And when you die, you drop a power up. So you pick that up and you're back to full power. Great stuff, no problem. If you die with Shotia, well, you drop to the minimum laser, but your laser, first of all, your laser already sucks. So you're only going to use the laser on mid-bosses, big enemies, or the boss. And the laser, as far as I understand, it does the same damage, regardless if it is at minimum power or maximum power. It just varies the width of the laser. So of course, having a wider laser helps a ton, yes. But, I mean, you can make do, right? the most important thing in the middle of the stages is the shot. And so, for example, let's say in stage 5 that we're going to see in a little bit in the B part, the B section. Let's say you die with Shotia. That no problem. You just die. Maybe you pick up the power up if you want. Just hold shot and you're clearing everyone and it's completely fine. Now what happens with Lanyan? Oh, you have a great laser. That's nice. That's great for you, man. You know what happens? You die on the B part. You come back with shot level 1. The one we begun the game. Like that pathetic shot. Now there's like 200 enemies swarming you. Your laser can't possibly cover everything. And now you're screwed. And then you're just chain dying. And you're going to have to use bombs to recover. And you may think, well, we just pick up some power-ups and you're back to power, right? You're wrong. There's not that many power-ups in this game. There's a few, yes, but you're going to get like maybe 2. And then you're going to be at like a middle shot power. And it's going to still suck. So I tried playing Lanyan, and, you know, it's like a terrible feeling. I think what they should have done is have everyone just drop 1 power level. Maybe 2 if you want to be, you know, if you want to differentiate, maybe Exi drops 1 each, and then Shotia drops 0 on shot and 1 on laser, and Lanyan drops 1 on shot and 0 on laser. If you want to be extra stringent, that's fine. Then if Shotia dies, you lose 1 shot power level, 2 laser power level. And if Lanyan dies, you lose 2 shot power level, 1 laser power level. You pick up 1 power up, you're 1 down, it's still playable, you know? But no, you don't have that. So that's why I'm playing Shotia. I would much rather play Lanyan, but I mean, if you're very good and you don't die, have the route down pat, then it's fine. But if you're at my skill level, it's not fine. Let's continue. Sorry for the rant. Now with laser bomb, you're gonna see the boss is gonna. Oh, actually, that worked. Oh, good stuff. There was a run that didn't work. I must be confusing. I had to use the second bomb. Okay, so we have 4 lives effectively. I have 1 bomb in stock. So I'm starting to shake here. You can see I let the score play through. So now this part here, I have made many mistakes here. So I have a route. So I go all the way to the right, diagonally down. All the way to the left, diagonally down. And then repeat. Now I made a mistake here and, you know, I left the enemy alive a little bit. You see there, so I'm gonna have to do a bit of it. A bit of a dodge. Fine. Another part where if you have X or Lanyan, absolutely no problem. You just laser these enemies. Don't need a bomb, don't need anything. Now, with Shotia, doable, but I'd rather not. I would rather use my bomb. Now with this boss, you can do a little bit of trick where you go all the way to the top right or top left, and then you use a resource, a hyper, a bomb, and then you lock him in place, and you win the fight pretty much. I have no resources here, so I'm gonna have to straight up fight the boss. Now this boss I had some good practice from Dodonpachi, so I'm not too bad fighting him. And I'm actually gonna do some pretty good dodges there. Then we beat him straight up. Cool stuff. Okay, B section. Okay, this part is really hard. You gotta have the route down pat here. I'm not even gonna explain the route. You can watch the pan video if you want, because it's really involved. But basically, I'm trying to execute the route here as best as I can. Try to keep alive. I made a mistake there. I got clipped from behind, which was unfortunate. But I didn't lose any resources. That's nice. I didn't lose any bombs. I didn't lose the hyper. I picked up the hyper after. So we're good. I'm just trying to stay alive as long as I can here and then bomb. I'm gonna stream through the bottom and then point blank the boss. And that's it. Now this boss is really easy. But I am really nervous. I have 5 bombs in stock, so I am not dodging anything. If I see a pattern here that seems a bit sketchy, I'm bombing. Doesn't matter. Because I know that if I make no mistakes at this point, and I just use my resources correctly, like if I use all my bombs, I probably got the clear here. I'm doing some sketchy dodging here, but I got a hyper. I really like doing the next boss with a hyper. It really speeds up the fight. This boss has this big balls, but the hitbox on the balls is not so big. So these enemies, unless they move down, especially down left, then it can be a problem, but otherwise, pretty decent. And just a couple dodges there, and it's fine. This final part, once you're learning the game, it seems completely insane. But I find this part much easier than the B section, or even the beginning of stage 5, if you ask me. If you have resources, of course. Because it's always the same time. I'm waiting for the tank to shoot. Once the tank shoots, I go up and over, stream down, and then up and to the left. I'm gonna fall back on my route here now. So I'm gonna do some panic mobbing here. I should be able to move up and then down, but I messed up and I'll use the hyper. Now the bullets are much faster and I couldn't move all the way, kill all the guys and then move left. Now that tank is alive. Now I'm a bit panicking here. I'm like, what do I do here? I'm just waiting, really, for stuff and then using my bomb. And normally I don't have to use a bomb there. And I'm gonna mess up again because I should have streamed all these enemies to the left. I'm gonna use another bomb. Now this one I usually use, so it's fine. So I used 2 more bombs than I wanted to use there, but overall, and this one I would rather not use as well. So actually 3 bombs I normally don't have to use, but it's nerves, man. I'm really nervous here. I'm shaking in my boots. I streamed this part complete. This was like a total misplay. If you ask me to play this right now, I'm gonna do this no problem. I have to go all the way top left and then down and then you stream through the bottom. But I'm shaking right now. I really don't want to drop this run. So I die with the bomb in stock, which by all accounts a mistake. But I'm counting my resources. I'm still confident. I'm bombing. This final part here you can do without using a bomb, but there is no way I'm gonna do that. I'm not taking any risks. And then there you go. Now at this point here, I am pretty confident I got the clear. So as long as I use all my bombs. So you're gonna see I'm not gonna dodge anything, and this is on purpose. I'm gonna stream to the right, and then bomb. Normally you have to do like a ring around the rosy and everything, and I practiced that. I got pretty good at this first pattern actually, but I'd rather not. Now this part here, I also can dodge this like no problem, usually, but I would rather not. I did some dodges there. So now we want to stay at the left hand here, and I guess I'm gonna get clipped soon. No, I'm doing pretty okay. Mistake, I should have gone to that. I'm looking at the HP bar, I'm like, man, I got 6 bombs. I got this. So I'm just gonna, you know, hyper, and then bomb, and then bomb, and then bomb, and then we're good. This final pattern is like really lenient actually. You can no bomb this. I wouldn't say pretty easily, but with some practice it's decently okay. And there we have it, man. That's the 1CC. With 2 bombs left and 0 lives. But it is done. DaiOuJou is conquered. It's a great game. It is a great game. I got a bit sick of the game at the end there, I'm not gonna lie. I was playing this game like 2 hours, maybe, no, 2 hours, 3 hours, maybe 3 hours daily for the past 2 weeks. So that's what, 15, I would say like 60 hours, a good 60 hours to get this clear is like a realistic estimate. Is this game harder than Dodonpachi? Yes, for sure. Is it a lot hard? Is it a lot harder? No. But the pacing is a lot better. Like, Dodonpachi stage 1 is just... shouldn't be in the game. This game has no stage 1. You start from stage 2 effectively, so that's really nice. And yeah, I can see myself getting back to this game in the future. Like, not for scoring, but for getting clear with Dexy, for example. I think that'd be really fun. But other games that I want to do first, I'm thinking about maybe... I want to get the easier game, you know, for a break a little bit. I tried Battle Garega. Oh, the video looped. Let's stay at the end here. Oops. Oh, there you go. So I tried Battle Garega for a bit, and I'll get to Battle Garega eventually, but it seems to me I'm playing this on Shma Park. right? So it's RetroArch. I'm playing the original arcade releases, which for Black Label is not a problem. But for Battle Garriga with the bullet visibility, it is quite hard. I've watched people doing runs into the 2016 revision by M2 and the PS4. I don't have a PS4, and I don't have an arcade stick that can connect to the PlayStation regardless. So not an option for me. So the bullet visibility is something that I would have to get used to. And the thing with Battle Garriga, it seems to me, is that like getting to stage 5, 6, it's all right, it's fine. But then the game ramps up insanely. And then Blackheart 2 and the final boss, they have quite a lot of challenging patterns. And it seems to me like what probably happens in this game, I'm guessing, right? But from what I studied, is that you get to those bosses, quote unquote, no problem most times, but then you get crushed there. And it seems like a bit of an infuriating run to have, you know, like you get to the finalish boss, or final or this semi-final boss, and then you die and you're like, bruh. And then you start the run again. It's gonna be like 20 minutes of smooth sailing, and then you get your Blackheart when you're there. Like, man, at least in Dodonpachi or in DaiOuJou, it is much more, it's much clearer to me if the run has a chance of success or not. Like if I die on stage 2, that's a reset, 1 or 2 reset. If I die on stage 3 once, then maybe we continue. If I die twice, that's a reset. If I get past like stages 3 and 4 with 2 deaths, ideally 1 death, then like we're good. We're good. And with Dodonpachi, same thing. Like if you get like past stage 5 with some good amount of resources and you bomb correctly on stage 6, you got a good chance of clearing. And Battle Garriga doesn't seem like that. Now I'm thinking about Escaluda. I really like the music in Escaluda. It's really fun. Really kind of DDR style, and I played a lot of rhythm games in the past, so it seems like a good choice. Not a big fan of the anime style, and there's no loop, so I know that the final boss, I tried it, credit feeding, it seems really hard. So maybe it's a Battle Garriga situation, right? That you get to the final boss and it's all fine, and then suddenly the game is impossible. And like, man, we'll see. Maybe Mushihime-sama. I don't know. Or if I do a Psycho shooter. I've heard good things about 1945 Strikers 2, which maybe, but then again, I didn't like Sonic Wing Street that much, so I don't know. Some exploration needed. I don't know if you guys have suggestions. I'm all ears. You can use the comments, of course. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully this was fun for you, as it was fun for the most part, aside from the frustration at times with losing the run for me. I'll see you guys next time. Cheers. Bye.